It's on. Yeah.
It is 9:27 here in SVG, and at this time we are going to be conducting an interview with the SVG Ex-Teachers Association, New York City. It's New York City, right? New York Incorporated. In studio this morning, we have Mr. Jackson Farrell and Earl Cabot Bennett. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning to both of you, pretty wonderful ladies. I know you feel to the traumatic.
Come closer to the mic.
Even though I'm a traumatic introvert, I still feel happy. Let's also extend good morning, good evening, good night, wherever our listeners are. I've been told that the broad and wide listenership. I've been advised that there are persons listening in Mars, so the Mars young people will understand that. So. My name is Earl Cabot Bennett, and I was recently the liaison officer, being that I've lived in Sydney for my life, but I've been now granted membership, to which I'm grateful. I'm just an honorary member.
Okay.
Thanks for having us here. My name is Jackson Farrell, as you said. I happen to be the president. It seems as if I've been president for life because I've been in my second stint in the life of the organization as we celebrate our 42nd anniversary. I listen to you ladies a lot. I know some people get offended with the word ladies, so I don't know if you use that tag or you're women. Because I know one sister these days, woman, you should say, I ain't no lady, I'm a woman. So you can figure out listeners and you can figure out what the difference is. But finally get to see you in person. And if you don't mind me, maybe I start a new nickname for you, calling you Miss Rowe. I heard one morning you talking about, you'd be amazed if you could walk in my head. I do a lot of walking up. I'm up in the morning. A lot of thoughts go through. I said, I'm probably one of those persons, and you're probably doing the same to me.
Okay. Well, nice to meet you in person. I'm happy to know that you're an avid listener of the program as well. So, and Mr. Bennett, welcome back to the studios of WEFM.
Thank you very much.
All right, so what are we here to talk about this morning? I'm wondering why is the Ex-Teachers Association in WEFM studio? So should I take it to the president or the honorary member?
I know he's a member.
Member.
Well, he's also,
Yeah,
well, he just,
I think we to the protocol say leadership lead.
So I just drove about outline and Cabot will get into the weeds as we put it. We're celebrating our 42nd anniversary. 2 years ago, we chose to come back home to celebrate our 40th. Last year, unfortunately, we had to ditch our celebration. And you could see the culmination of it because our brother treasurer was since passed recently, was under the weather big time. Some of us didn't know, but we delayed the celebrations. But we're back this year to celebrate our 42nd anniversary. We started last Sunday by attending worship at the Kingston Methodist Church. That's usually our modus operandi of going to the same church for 2 years, as we had gone there 2 years ago. We followed up. Friday, we're having a panel discussion, which involves the differently able community. So if you hear me slip and say disabled, because that word is the word being used in New York, it's not a put down or any kind of persons like that, because I'm in that category now. I'm visually impaired. I had an accident. I have some, problems getting around. So it includes me. I'm certainly not going to put down myself. And we culminate our activity on Sunday with a gala luncheon. at Spring Resorts. And I'm presiding over a luncheon for the first time our 2 honorees have passed on recently. Mr. Ben, we call him Fiddler. He's called Ben Ned down here, who has been up to rentals. And the treasurer for the life of the organization, Mr. Alpheus Phillips, we call him Alf. Being the treasurer of the organization for 42 years. We're going to celebrate both of them, and we're also going to find a way to include Brother Selman Ward, as we passed recently, who was on his way to becoming a member of the organization. Because when he was the CG in New York, he said, anytime I get back to St. Louis, I'm going to join New York. And he actually attended one of our meetings. So our discussion is definitely looking, how do we involve, and Kat will give you more details of it, how do we involve the differently able community into the economic lifeblood of St. Vincent and Grenadines. That's important because we're talking about, we're doing Kingston, we're talking about Annisville. So planning is important. If you plan with those persons in mind, we go at Gray Supermarket, now I'm giving them an ad, there's a sign up there for, disabled persons, so that word is being used. So we want to make sure that is incorporated. So come Christmas, and somebody wants to come to town, they don't have to be fearful if they're in a wheelchair. Because I also get stories from one of the members of the fundraising committee. She's a guide. She said, when differently able people come here, they want to participate fully in the life of, the country. So Kat will tell you more detail in terms of the Sunday and also in particular Friday, which is our next event.
Okay. Thank you very much, Jackie. Well, we refer to him as Jackie. But I know you are not covered with my name, so I'm very comfortable character. That is actually my name now, as far as I'm concerned. Yes.
Because
I know that goes. So, the ex-teachers, as Jackie said, is from some 40 years ago, and it is humanitarian in nature. So, when they raise funds for humanitarian purposes. The money do not stay with them. And they have been doing it for 42 years. And mind you, they're celebrating 40 years, but they have not done it for 42 years. But as you just indicated, last year, there was a glitch. And unfortunately, we had to cancel last year's activity. This year, we are back, and I have to get a question saying, we are back with a bang, and we have decided to have a week of activity we always do. Jackie just told you, on Sunday, we worship at the Methodist Church. We are going back to the Methodist community this Friday. This Friday at 7 p.m., we're going to have a panel discussion. And we realize just really look at the topic, we'll understand when we talk about humanitarian. This organization possesses a golden heart. And the topic is, how does providing access to differently able contribute to the economic well-being of our society? And in note we said society, we didn't say how does it contribute to them. Because we as a whole have to understand, we have to embrace and do everything within our power to assist the differently abled. They are part of our society, and we must understand that we must make provisions for them. They should not come into town and can't get into an office. And this is something we are appealing to the powers that be, the private sector, public sector, whatever. On your agenda, on your plans going forward, make plans for the differently abled. They are our brothers, they are our sisters, they are our mothers, our grandfathers, our grandmothers, name it, our friends, our neighbors. So we need to embrace them. So that is the topic, very topical, very current. But we not only, we ensure that we're going to have a star-studded and varied panel. So some of the names I'm calling, you may be familiar with them. Mr. Junior Bacchus, I think at one time he used to be part of this radio station. If my memory serves me right, in the past, he used to be on a program here. We have Terence Davis. Terence, we have Miss Azor, and then we have Karen Neo. Those are our panelists. And the moderator is the competent and efficient Miss Joy Matthews. We take this opportunity to invite all persons. We made it hard, can't hold everybody. So, as I like to say, you know, when I'm advertising for Calypso, I have my line, come out in your numbers. Come out in your numbers and support and be part of this panel discussion. Because we want to hear your voices. We don't have all the answers. The panelists don't have all the answers. And to be an exercise in futility if we don't get feedback from persons. We're not here because we want to have a topic, a panel discussion. We are here because we want to be meaningful. I want to contribute to the well-being society as a whole, with special emphasis on different behavior. So.
Okay, so you mentioned that it's at the Methodist Church, but what time does it start?
7 p.m.
7, okay.
Yes.
And in the event that persons can't make it, I know you want persons to come out in their numbers, but in the event that persons can't make it, would it be live streamed?
Well, we are making provisions to do just that.
To do that, okay.
Yes, definitely making provisions to do just that. That's why I said, because you want to get person involved. And we understand in this technological world, you can't be in a space by yourself and everybody can't come to space. So technology will help to spread the word.
Okay, great. With regards to the association in New York, though, tell us a little bit more about that. How can persons actually join? Like, I know a friend who just went to New York, actually, she was a teacher. So how can persons who have, let's say, migrated, how can they be a part of the organization?
The president or
The easiest way is we have an application process. Basically, you just fill out an application. We interview you, I guess. The easiest way is if you know somebody who's a member of the organization. At one time we went through a phase where the numbers were dwindling. We have 14 members. Well, we lost our brothers, so we don't want to offend anybody, but we now have 13 members. So my thinking is we have, if you're familiar with movies, the Dirty Dozen plus one. Anybody in the organization, but that has crossed my mind. So that's easier. You make an application and successfully process. You pay $25 US to join us. We're going to take your money if we're not taking you in. And $25 is also our annual dues. Also, we are, because we are incorporated and registered in New York, and all that is happening there, we're looking into the possibility of extending the Constitution and incorporating retired teachers down here. Because I understand there was an effort to form an organization that hasn't been done yet, but that's a legal issue. So that is something I can't talk about in more detail, because I know a couple of people approach me and say, how can I join? Is it a secret order? No, we don't have anything. I won't be involved in a secret order. So that's the easiest way of joining the organization. And when people come to our functions, people who are, ex-teachers always want to be part of us, because not only do we celebrate this, we celebrate Black History Month. This month, usually also, before we came down to transfer the celebration to New York, last weekend was Columbus weekend. We always went somewhere and always include a Black History tour as part of, if we spent the weekend in New Jersey, we found a Black History tour somewhere in New Jersey. So that's the way of the organization. Let me just say, one of the first things we ever did in SVG, and that's how we got meet for liaison officer, was to help the kids. It's like we've come full circle, of the school for kids with special needs. And that's how we encountered Velma Jackson, now deceased, who became our liaison officer for a long period, well, until she died. And I know that a couple of patrons who bought tickets from me said, you guys got to revisit that association with the children, School for Children with Special Needs. I see they're there are more than one now, and I'm happy about that. But we will do that as we move forward.
Okay. How can persons donate to the organization if they wish to do so, or help out in any way?
Well, recently, because of how matters are, recently when we had our last function 2 years ago, we set up, as the ex-teachers, we set up an account at the Teachers Credit Union. And I think the easiest way would be to contact members of the association, and then that donation could be sent to the Teachers Credit Union. If you don't want to do it that way, then you could contact any member there of the organization, because we are a reputable organization. As a matter of fact, your humble servant here, I like to be Winston J. Messiah sometimes. He's now fully residing back home, so if you want to contact me and you give a donation to me, I'd make sure that through one of my contacts in the media that you say, oh, we got some donations from ABCD. Because I certainly don't believe in hanky-panky. And unfortunately, there's too much of that.
All right, so I see Doc calling, Dr. Gerald Thompson calling. Let's take this, but he would have to be very short. Doc, okay.
He's also both Dr. Ambris and Dr. Thompson, past members, past presidents,
Okay.
of the organization.
All right, so I see if he, all right. Okay, because I'm kind of pressed for time, so right.
Do you have any contact numbers that you can give to persons? Well, you said they can contact any member of the organizations to donate. So are there any numbers, email addresses, or anything like that?
Okay, well, I could give you my number. My home address is 784-451-3010. If you want to WhatsApp me, the number might seem a little strange. It comes out of the U.S. Virgin Islands, but it's WhatsApp. You should 340-227-3497. And Carlo can give you his numbers. And Dr. Ambris, there's a flyer out that you could get that has some numbers on it.
Yes, I wanted for Kaba to speak to, because it's a fundraising activity that you're having, a major one. That's happening this Sunday.
Right.
So you could probably just speak to that as we run.
Yes, the curtain coming with the North American Segala with Segala. It's not the same thing, but they're fantastic.
It's a lime.
All of that is fantastic. It will be a magnificent event for me. In fact, it will be an experience. It will be an epic experience. And it takes the form of a luncheon. And that luncheon includes a cocktail. Oh, cocktail. Come in there. Cocktail. Where there will be sumptuous food and drinks being served from 1 p.m. to 2. Okay.
1 to 2.
Well, I'm just speaking based on the flyer, so that's what I'm speaking just based on the flyer. And 1 to 2. The president is in Mohammed can correct me if he probably have updated information, so we can go by his updated information, but based on the you understand the culture and things and so on, they come and talk, so you can sort in that. Yes, so then the luncheon starts at, based on the new information, then the luncheon starts at 2:30, if we start at 1:30, because it's a lunch, it's a cocktail, right? And not only would you be given.
All right, so Kaba, let me just see if I could squeeze Doc in, but you'd have to be like a minute.
Okay, yeah, do that.
All right, Doc, you have a minute because we're really pressed for time. Okay, good morning.
Yes. Thank you very much, Dianna and Roleza. Jackie and Kaba, good morning to you. Let me say I'm a proud member of the ex-teachers association, my past president too, but I'm going to be there on Friday night. I'll be there on Sunday. Roleza and Dianna, I hope you're all going to be there. You know what I mean? I think this is going to be a real celebration of these individuals. Ben, Alf, and of course, Salman. I mean, I can't say more about Salman and so forth, but really, thank you very much and so forth, Jackie, Mr. President, and Cameron. My minute is up, but I wanted to voice with my co-host, and so that I basically am in full support of this, and I'll be there. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Most appropriate that you join your team. In both ways, anyway, your team, the hostesses and the members and the panel here. Yes, so not only will we be having food to eat, we are having entertainment. It will be provided by DJ Donovan, well-known DJ, and we have the man, the 2006 Kalosomana IPA. And you know, IPA has some big hits, including a song called The Family. And it's important we play that song at the function. You can, in more than one ways, more than one. Because this is a family, and we have just lost a dear family member in the person of Alpheus Alf Phillips. This man was a titan. He was a gem. Believe me, this has impacted me in ways that I can't explain. Was I inadequate to tell you about this colossus of a man? Rest in peace, Al. And then we have Ben Fiddler, Ben Ned, who's the other honorary. So as fate will have it, both of our honoraries passed away before the big day. And in recent times, we have more sad news. The passing of the former minister, member of parliament, Honorable Selman Walters. And he too will find some way of honoring his memory. We'll treasure and cherish those memories. So, having said that, after IPA, we also have former president, the person you called when we came in, you called him by that name, Omar Numbers. He's a poet, and he will be offering one of his poems. So you have, as I said, not an event, an experience, and it will be epic. And I want not me alone, but you also. It's not too late to invite your friends to come as we bring the curtains on the 42nd anniversary of the SVG Teacher Association of New York. Now we have a magazine. This magazine, you notice, for the very first time displaying a picture of some partisans in the Grenadines. This was when we had our Ruby anniversary.
Yeah, it's on camera, but you also need to come and close to everybody.
Yeah, and then Ruby anniversary 2023. And the motto for ex-teachers is together for growth, to learn, to teach, to help. A very apt motto. And we live by those words. We just don't talk the talk. We walk the walk, and we breathe life into those words. As you can see, that is why again we chose the topic that we have chosen for Friday night, because we are empathic. Empathy is part of it runs our veins. Okay, so once again, Friday, come out here numbers. Sunday, come out here numbers. Time on Friday, 7 p.m. Time on Sunday, based on information, 1:30 for the cocktail hour and 2:30 for the luncheon.
Where is it?
Before you
Spring
Resort.
and met this church hall.
Just before you leave, since we have to leave, now you leave, but you're not going anywhere, you're in charge. I have a surprise for you two ladies if you're available. Only that the surprise cannot be passed on. I think Bach should have taken care of it, but I think I'm ahead of the curve there. I have 2 tickets will be available for you at the door. If you want to come and do some seasoned people and get some seasoned food. Unless you like sushi, seasoning is the way to come. So Jackson Fridays President is offering 2 tickets to 2 people who I wake up with on mornings. I'm in bed, but in the house.
You see that? You need more evidence. That's what I'm telling you. We don't want. We don't talk this off. We want to hear Mr. Jackson up now. We love people. Our hearts are golden.
All right, so we definitely have to end, but let me just point out, so apart from it, the event on Sunday taking place at Spring Gardens, persons can pay at the door if they come in, right?
Yes,
You can pay at the door. So the donation is $225. Please note, because I was corrected, it's not a line. It is a luncheon and cocktail. So the dress code is formal attire. All right. So come out with a nice bandana. It's Sunday after all, so wear your Sunday best. Okay. So at this point, we are going to wrap up, but we want to thank you both for being here with us this morning, for giving us a bit more insight to what the Ex-Teachers Association of New York is all about, New York Inc. is all about. Jeff also says good morning. And yes, he and his wife, Carolyn, normally attend when they're in NYC. So thank you very much. We hope that everything will come off successfully. And we look forward to this being a grand event, given all the hard work and efforts that have gone into it. All right, so we'll see you.
I want to thank you and WEFM for hosting us, and you're the opportunity to spread the gospel of Ex-Teachers.
You're very welcome.
And thank you as well.
See you guys on Sunday.
Who knows? Maybe you just might be surprised.